almost elite. This is where I think Alex is going to have some points here.
Yeah.
My almost elite tier: Bichette, Corey Seager, Dansby Swanson, and Xander Bogaerts are my almost elite tier. What you got?
I don't disagree with who you have in there. It's who you don't have in there.
Oh, I thought you were going to have...
No.
I thought you were going to have somebody in almost elite should be an elite.
No, someone in really good should be an almost elite. And I'm kind of shook.
I know where you're going.
That you don't have Jeremy Pena in almost elite or elite, right? Because this is based off of what they just did this past season. You were watching the same season that I was, right? With the Astros. He was the World Series MVP, the ALCS MVP, Gold Glove winner, Babe Ruth Award winner. How do you not have Peña in the almost elite or elite? Just based off of what we saw and where he's at, what he's capable of as a rookie. How is he not there?
Well,
makes no sense.
Jeremy Pena last year started off incredible. He was unbelievable. And then struggled a good bit during for a chunk of the season, and then ended up obviously being great in the playoffs.
When it counts.
The best in the playoffs.
When it counts.
Let's look at it. Let's just break this down, okay? I'm a huge Jeremy Pena
Exactly,
fan.
which is why I was so shocked and shook about this.
Am I going to put him in the same category right now that I'm putting Xander Bogaerts in?
Yeah, just based off of what he just did.
He hit 253 with 22 homers. That's really good. That's really good. And guess what category he's in? Really good. Jeremy Pena is a really good shortstop. I want to see more from him. If Jeremy Pena can do in the regular season what he did in the playoffs, or if Jeremy Pena can do at the beginning of the year for all year, guess what? He's going to be an elite shortstop in this game. And Jeremy Pena has the ability to move up very quickly in these categories. But as of right now, as we sit right now, I would not put, and I did not put, Jeremy Pena in the same category that I put Xander Bogaerts and Corey Seager and Bichette and Dansby Swanson. I think he's just a tiny tick below that. Now, if we're taking just the playoffs into account, guess what? Jeremy Pena is elite. He's as elite as it gets. He was unbelievable. He did historic things in the playoffs. I need to see...
Which feels almost elite.
I need to see...
It feels almost
a
elite.
bigger sample size across a full season to put him in the same tier that I put Xander Bogaerts, who's making $300 million. I need to see more of it.
World Series MVP.
Yeah. Great. That's
Almost
a small sample size, and he was unbelievable.
Exactly.
That's why I have him in a category with very... let me get through almost elite. Almost elite.
Right.
One guy I want to talk about here
asked.
is Xander. Yeah. Xander Bogaerts, because I do not have him in that top tier, though he is getting paid like that top tier.
Why?
Look, Xander is almost elite. He hits for a high average. He's an over 300 hitter. But here's my thoughts. He doesn't have the power numbers that those other guys do. He doesn't play the defense that those other guys do. In fact, his defense is a little under average. So I just don't think he's the full package that those other top players are. But he's almost elite. He's great. I love Xander, but I just wanted to clarify why I put him in almost elite and not elite.
So question, how do you think now being on a roster and lineup with the Padres, with some all-star guys around him, is going to elevate his game? Will it elevate his game?
I don't think it needs to be elevated. I think he's the perfect fit for that lineup. He's the guy surrounded by... You look at that lineup as a whole, which I can't believe at times. It has Manny Machado and Tatis, who can be that exciting, hit the ball out of the park, electric, like a lot of power. And then you have a guy like Juan Soto who can do a little bit of everything. Yeah. And then there's a guy like Xander Bogaerts who's going to hit for a high average. He's going to be on base. I think he's a perfect fit for that lineup. He's not going to hit you 30 home runs. Yeah. But, man, is he going to be on base a lot for those other guys? Is he going to drive in those other guys? He's a perfect fit for that lineup. And I think if Xander Bogaerts continues to do exactly what he has been doing for the better part of a half decade or more. He's a 4-time All-Star, 5-time Silver Slugger winner. he's a stud.
Yeah.
He's a star, and the only reason I didn't have him in that elite of the elite tier is because he's not exactly the full package, which was drive the ball, hit for a ton of power, and play great defense. So I knocked him down just a tiny, tiny bit.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.